She clearly got a few screws loose already, so it should pop open easily, though. Enough? Yeah, maybe it was. But in the end, I decided to affirm her statement. It's a fact that humans are only one part of the greater whole of nature. It might be... But in the end, I decided to affirm statement in fact that humans are only one part of the greater whole of nature. It might be cliche to reflect on the transcendent nature of our existence, but that doesn't make it any less valid thought. That doesn't mean you need to repeat it once was plenty. Ichiro's clearly gotten carried away. It might have been a mistake to give her ego a boost or a boast like that. In the end, she's nothing more than an idiot can have for getting too satisfied with herself. Too exasperated even to sigh, I lend Michiru expressive glare. Not that I'm confident she'll be able to see the cold pity in my eyes. Nothing at all. It looks like the girl has had a sudden flash of insight. Perhaps she finally became aware of her own foolishness. As Michiru babbles on, she moves her arms to hide her tiny chest from view. Look, Maggot, I have no interest in your pitiful excuse for a rack. Nice body is a term we might use to describe, say, almond, but any reasonable standard, your breasts are tragically underdevelopment. My condolences. That girl's in a whole different category. Are you really happy about beating a complete outlier? The corners of Michiru's mouth rise over so slightly, probably recalling Makino's washboard of a chest, mentally comparing it to her own. What a pity, human being. Have you no pride, woman? You might as well gloat about handling your chopsticks better than some tourist from France. They're big. Ichiro's breasts are very large indeed. Apparently my complete lack of sincerity got across to you, but anyway, sounds like you cheered up a little. The black cat from the other day appears from somewhere or other, purring loudly. It sidles up to Michiru and aggressively rubs up against her leg. I see, so you're searching for the black cat rather than a bluebird. What was that cat's name again? Something like... That's right, it's Romil. Ah. Just as I thought, it's the same animal that was at the school before, isn't it? Didn't know it was your pet. What, Romil is an acquaintance of yours? You can't hide it. We got you right where we wanted you. And also... Are you drop... Oh, you dropped something. Allow me. A carton of milk. That's a bit unexpected.
にみんなの前では一度も飲んだことないけど、大好きでいつも飲んでるのよ。みんなの前では一瞬たりともそんな素振り見せたことはないけどね。
I see, that's good to hear. If by chance you've been giving milk to the cat, I would have to stop you.
なんで？
No worries, since you're the one drinking it, there's no problem, enjoy.
これは私のだから問題ないのよね。でもなんで？ねえ、教えなさいよね。
Alright, let me break it down for you. Giving a cat milk can upset its stomach badly. If you're that desperate to give it some, you need to dilute the milk with water first.
別にどうしても与えたいわけじゃないもん。
As soon as the words are out of her mouth, Michiru glanced restlessly around the area. What's wrong? Looking for a source of water by any chance?
違います。水を探していません。
The black cat wraps itself around Michiru's leg like a fuzzy boa constrictor, then starts to rub the corner of his jaw roughly against her ankle. Looks like it's trying to mark her with its scent. Seems like you've pretty much tamed the animal. One could almost get the mistaken impression that he's begging for the milk you always give him.
そんなことないです。猫にゃ。このどこの馬の骨ともわからぬ猫。つまり馬猫は懐いてきてません。
Sure about that? Romeo seems
だ
off.
から猫にゃ。いや、馬です。
No, it isn't. It's clearly a
わ
cat.
かってるわよ。
Apparently giving up on its request for milk, the feline in question sinks to the ground at Michiru's feet and rolls itself into a ball. Within seconds, it closes its eyes and falls fast asleep. You must have been feeding this thing for quite a while for her to trust you this much.
うるさいわね。別に頻繁に通って餌付けなんてしてないんだからね。これは赤の他人の猫の馬なのよ。つまり赤い馬なの。だから最終的には
Could you please try to calm down a bit? You have a bad habit of firing up unintelligibly gibberish when you get worked up.
じゃあ馬を撫でて落ち着きます。撫で
Pet. Michiru reaches down and scratches the cat in the neck of the defenseless cat with the tip of her fingers. The animal moves its head in time with strokes in an evident pleasure, then begins to lick at the pink pads on its paws. The cat seems to completely and blissfully relax that I half expect it to melt into a contented puddle. Just watching it, I can feel some of the stiffness in my shoulders begin to lighten. Not good to carelessly let your guard down, but keeping up a state of constant tension is an even worse idea. After a brief chance around the area, I decided to take a moment of rest. Alright, I think I'll join down there for a while. I drop myself to the ground next to Michiru flustered. She grabs at her skirt, holds it close, preventing any potential visual access to the interior. Don't be an idiot. I don't have any ulterior motives. You worry about the stupidest thing. Like what? A bit of cloth? Nothing worth worrying about. Michiru apparently worried about disturbing the cat now slumbering at her feet, as she avoids any large movements. Either way, I truly don't have any secret plans involving our underwear. I just wanted to sprawl out on the grass and think about nothing at all for a while. It's been a long time since I've laid myself down on the ground and gazed blankly into the sky like this. Every once in a while, I do spend some time gazing at the clouds, but I tend to be thinking things over while I do so. But as Michiru says, just looking for no particular reason isn't bad in its own way. A vault of blue above me hasn't changed. It looks just like it as it did, but did when I was a child. I thought the clouds might have seen a little closer by now, but naturally they're the same as they always been. My perspective may be a meter or so higher when I stand, but that's completely insufficient on this scale. I can stretch my hand up all I want, but it'll never reach the clouds. We hope it, but chained to the dirt beneath our feet. See, not a bad view. Michiru begins to speak, her tone somewhat troubled.
空はちょっと怖いんだ。特に夜の空。月が浮かんでいるのを見てると、それが月じゃなく、空はすんごくでっかい蓋で、そこにある空気穴が月。そう考えると、箱の中に閉じ込められた気になって息苦しくなる。
I heard of people who get disturbed by the way the moon always seems to follow you around, but the world as a giant box angle is new to me.
私にはそう見えるの。だから夜は空を見上げない。怖くなるし、寂しくなる。私が私じゃないみたいになる。
I think I understand. You don't look at the night sky in order to prevent yourself from transforming into a wolf, right? I imagine that would be
いっそその
troublesome.
方が気が楽だわ。狼でもドラキュラでも構わない。銀の銃弾で撃ち抜いてほしい。狙うのはし。あ、ごめんね猫に。お腹空いた。
Well, this weather really does make you want to take a siesta. That said, I haven't even eaten breakfast yet, so the timing is a bit off.
変なこと聞くけど、変に思わないでね。
No worries on that front. I've already drawn as exceptionally had you drawn as down as exceptionally weird for a long time now.
とって、
What?
待って。起き上がらないで。そのまま寝転がって聞いて。
Possible I'd like to talk about this while observing her face, but if Michiru desires otherwise, I can do not but obey. I ease myself back into the grass and listen to her voice.
ドラキュラは太陽の光で灰になって消えておしまいでしょ。だったら人間は死んだらどうなるの？
Are you talking about religious ideology here? You wanted to hear something about a final moral
そう
judgment?
いうんじゃない。もっと普通に死んだらどう？
Let's see. I haven't died yet, so I can't speak with much authority, but apparently
何
nothing.
もないってどういう？
If you're imagining floating naked in a pure white space, I think you're slightly off. The way I picture it, it's just like going to sleep and then never waking up again.
眠って起きないのか。
Everyone else will probably be running around worrying about the funeral, but what do you do? Do you care? Of course, people die in many different ways, but in the end, we're all taking a never-ending nap.
そうなんだ。意外と楽なのかもね。
Depends on how you look at it. Anyway, heaven and hell are just the remnants of an archaic moral system. Nobody really takes that stuff seriously anymore. Don't see many people going around walking on water or making magical wine out of it. Of course, it seems God does appear before the chosen few every once in a while, most often to tell them they need to start up a political campaign. Michiru begins to ask something but stops before the words leave her mouth. After a moment of silence, she starts to speak again. I can't tell whether it's the continuation of her dangling sentence or a completely
も
new
し
topic.
私が死んだらここに埋めてほしい。
Getting a bit ahead of yourself there, or do you plan to die anytime
ない
soon?
よ。ないけど、もしもの話。だってここは
I mean-
景色がすごく綺麗じゃない？ここから世界中が見渡せそうだもん。こんな場所で眠れるんだったら幸せ。
To be honest, I'm a little displeased to hear a perfectly healthy person scouting out locations of their
そう
tomb.
固いこと言わないの。ねえ、その大役をユージに任せてあげる。ここにお墓作って。
You want me to dig a hole and bury you in it? Look, you can't just go making a grave whenever you please. Do you understand that?
細かいことはいいからそうしなさい。
Cat eyes shoot open at the sound of Michiru's shout. Startled, it's bound away like a spring. Vanishing in the blink of an eye. Blink of an eye. I slowly raise my upper body off the ground, brushing off the grass tingling on my clothes.
あんたにはマロンがないのよ、マロンが。
Why are you talking about lettuce?
栗の話なんてしてないでしょ。いいよ、ふざけてんの？猫にゃも逃げちゃったし。ああ、栗とか言うからお腹空いちゃったじゃない。さあ、じゃあ朝ごはんでも食べに行くわよ。そこな。
Michiru's expression has returned to the norm. It's as though the conversation just now never happened. Well, if you're hungry, I guess I can split my beans with you. Says the girl who's always filling up on convenience store box lunches, packed full of preservatives. Our little conversation about death took me by surprise, honestly, but not what you expect from a random chat with your classmate, but life is always shadowed by death. The only question is whether you're aware of its presence at your side. I'm always am because I think I'm cursed by death itself. Sometimes a man who looked perfectly healthy in the morning goes to sleep and never opens his eyes again. Death can come at any time. And once it does, it's too late to regret the thing you've left undone. Morbidity isn't productive, but sometimes we should remember that nothing lasts forever. Future words might be significant in their way. Michiru calls me from some distance away. Carefree girl, I'll catch up to her in a second if that's the extent of her head start. I begin to walk slowly, trying to decide of what sort of drink I'll have her buy me. Rookies should stick to moving in pairs. You better know what you're doing if you want to work alone. According to a professional detective, but the words are generally acceptable. When you're tailing someone, a pair is less conspicuous than a single shadow. Of course, that can change depending on the circumstances in most cases, though one stone-faced guy glaring at your back is going to inspire more caution than two idiots who happen to be following the same road. Even the best international agents usually use a male and female pair. A single tail isn't unheard of, but it's demands significantly greater skill and experience. A major part of the challenge is that some people are simply more wary than others. As we just seen, your target may turn and look behind them at completely unexpected moments. Unpredictable moments. Which means that when you're shadowing someone, especially solo, perspective and anticipation are the most crucial elements of success. Incidentally, as this particular tailing mission, I got a tail of my own. What the fuck? What is this? Where is she coming from? She seems to think it's going well, but I noticed her unwavering stare as soon as I left the dorm. Being observed isn't really a problem itself, but I should probably make things clear before she starts developing any unfounded self-confidence. Sakaki, if you've got something to say, feel free anytime. Yeah, pretty much from the second I left the dorm. Sakaki's eyes widen in surprise, since she did intend on have some misguided pride in her attempt at stealth. Why are you following me around?
あなたこそどうして小峰さんの後をつけて
I see, so that's how she wants to play this. Alright, Sakaki, I think we all know there's a greater mystery here. Why are you outside?
まるで私が一歩も外へ出ない人間みたいな言い方を
No worries, just a little friendly joke between the classmates.
それこそ悪い冗談ね
Sakaki shakes her head in exasperation.
でさっきの質問にまだ答えてもらっていないのだけれど
Let's see, my favorite food, baked beans.
誰もあなたの好みなんて聞いていないでしょそれに煮豆って
Sakaki's voice grows unusually loud with irritation. Keep it down, Sachi's going to notice
だっ
us.
たら真面目に答えて
The reason I'm tailing Sachi is it
ええ
pretty much just felt like it. At my response, Sakaki silently begins to tail a number of... Do me a favor and refrain from calling the cops. I like to avoid dealing with a certain conspicuous old gogger if at all
そ
possible.
れなら納得のいく説明をしてちょうだい
Let's see. I think back a little way, trying to come up with some sort of reason for my behavior. Sadly, I'm drawing a blank. I happened to see Sachi heading out and I got a little curious. That's about all I got, sorry.
あなたはそんな理由で他人をつけ回すの
Don't worry though, it's not like I'm some obsessed stalker. Don't have a life-size Sachi poster in my room or anything you can check. If I happen to see you heading out instead, I'll probably be tailing you right away now.
その時出くわしたのが私じゃなくて心底安心したわ
While I've been talking with Sakaki, Sachi has steadily moving further ahead. We're getting separated from her. Come on, time to move.
ちょっと
I charge off in pursuit. Sakaki follows in my wake. Leaving the area surrounding the school, Sachi heads in the general direction of the station. She doesn't seem to have caught on.
それを幸いと言っていいのかわからないけれど
God damn it.
どうして私があなたと行動を共にしないと
She
いけない
doesn't seem to have caught on for a moment. A male-female pair is efficient and conspicuous for covert surveillance missions. You're already familiar with how tricky it is to shadow someone by yourself, aren't you?
小峰さんとは顔見知りなんだから見つかった時点で終わりでしょ
Sakasi seems even grumpier than usual today, but judging from the fact that she hasn't simply stalked off back to the school, it seems she's surprisingly weak against pushy tactics. Just where is she going anyway?
肩から下げているのはエコバッグでしょだったら商店街じゃないかしら
See, a supply mission, is it? It seems Sakaki has a distinctly observant eye in her right. Meanwhile, Sachi has stopped to speak with someone she met on the street. I'm going to give this session an early stop. I'm going to end the recording here. Hope you guys have enjoyed. Keep watching anime. This is the Anime Owie, signing off.